evening, everyone, and welcome back to Willie Acres Arena, where it's back-to-back nights for the Logan Wildcats after last night's thrilling win over the Scott Skyhawks, 72-69 in overtime. They now have a rematch against a club that they played right down to the wire on Minor Mountain last Saturday in a 61-59 thriller as the Wildcats look to solidify their number one seed in the section here this evening against the Mingo Central Miners. Hello, friends, and welcome high above here in Willie Acres Arena. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Nathan Bush. And if you are joining us and you know Nathan is on the broadcast, you know that we're in store for a 35-point blowout tonight. Welcome back, Nathan.
You're probably not wrong. No, but it's been a crazy week. I mean, you know, I've been getting messages. Everybody's like, are you in trouble? Are you all right? You haven't been on the broadcast. Trust me, folks, it was just one of those things where I was busy on certain days, and then Joe was broadcasting with Scott, and one of the games that we were supposed to do got canceled. So good to be back, and hopefully we get another close ball game, because it seems like every time I'm at the house watching on video productions or listening on WVOW, the game's an ESPN instant classic. But we should have a good game here tonight. It's senior night for the Logan Wildcats, and they've only got one senior on the roster this year, and that would be Corey Townsend. So this is going to be a fun night for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I was going to say that in the last three games that Nathan wasn't on, again, we had Chapmanville and Scott, game-winning three at the buzzer. Then we had Herbert Hoover and Chapmanville overtime in an 11-point comeback in the last 3 minutes, and then last night's buzzer-beating three. So we're hoping that Nathan can break the string tonight. And you know what? There is a good chance, since these two teams did play down to the wire the other day, again 61-59 up on Minor Mountain in that contest. Both teams shot the ball fairly well in that game. Logan shot 40.8% from the field. Mingo Central shot 53.3% from the field. But this is a Mingo team that comes in only 2-8 on the season. Just haven't been able to find any luck in a couple of the tight ball games they've had against Tug Valley and Logan.
Well, and they played a lot of close ball games that really could have went either way. I mean, if you think about it, you know, Mingo Central, close game with Tug Valley, close game with Logan. You know, they were in the Chapmanville game in Chapmanville. There's a lot of games that really could have went, you know, a couple different bounces. Mingo Central comes away with a win. So just a 2-8 record, but don't sleep on this Mingo Central team. They've got scorers, and they're getting better as the year goes along.
Yeah, and again, they have lost 3 in a row in 7 of their last 8. And their last 3 losses, though, not coming against slouches. Again, as we mentioned, the close loss to Logan. Lost to Man 73-53, but that game was tight all the way through 3 quarters before Man pulled away. And then Chapmanville had an easier go of it, winning 57-35. Again, their only 2 wins on the year were against Point Pleasant and Lincoln County in overtime. And this is a young team still. Only 2 seniors on this Mingo Central roster, a lot of young talent there. And you got players like Jarius Jackson, who have really stepped up, had 19 against Logan in that last game, 23 against Chapmanville. So they do have some spark plugs on this club. It's just about getting the cohesion to come together.
Yeah, and you got to find people that fit around Jarius Jackson who know their role and know what to do. I mean, Preston Smith's done a good job in his play here for Mingo Central. We've seen him step up and play well, and there's a lot of talent on this Mingo Central team, Chris. It's just a matter of, can they put it together and can they sustain possessions and play good enough defense, because they're playing some pretty high-powered offenses, you know, Man, Tug Valley, and Logan. Can they sustain defense that's good enough to stop these teams, especially with this Logan Wildcat team where, you know, anybody can beat you on this Wildcat team. We've seen that night in and night out.
Well, again, it is going to be Mingo Central and Logan here on senior night from Willie Acres Arena. Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Wildcats and the wild week they've had in improving their record to 10-4, looking for win number 11 here this evening, as you're listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
GM Superstore is your full-service Buick, Chevy, and GMC dealer. Go Thornhill and expect the best with total value, service, and pricing on your next ride. Home of the Thornhill 10120. You'll get total support with Thornhill GM Superstore.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you as we're getting set for Logan versus Mingo Central here tonight from Willie Acres Arena. Well, again, we talked about the Logan Wildcats just prior to the break. Again, coming in here after a 2-3 start to the year, they won 8 of their last 9 games, including what has been a whirlwind last week or so, Nathan. Again, beating Man last Monday, 68-63 here to give Man their only loss of the year. Lincoln County traveling there to win 81-55, traveling to Mingo Central on Saturday, winning 61-59. Then Scott last night, 72-69 in overtime. Now Mingo Central tonight. It's been a long stretch here for this Logan Wildcat club, and they did seem to be having a little bit of the effects of it last night with a lot of short shots, and seemed like the legs were starting to go a little here and there. But nevertheless, this is a Logan team that's really fighting towards the finish line. We'll get a couple days off after today before they play Herbert Hoover on Saturday, but it's definitely been a very difficult stretch, not just physically, but also opponent-wise.
Well, you also have to remember, Chris, not only do a lot of these kids, you know, they're playing basketball, but they're also playing baseball.
Yeah.
And scrimmages have started for baseball, and I know some of them have scrimmage games on their days off, and I think the only day that they're getting off this week for any kind of breather is Friday, because I think the baseball team might have a scrimmage tomorrow. Now, that may have changed. Again, that's, you know, I don't have the official update on that, but, I mean, there's a lot of 2- and 3-sport athletes out here on the court, and, you know, this weekend for them is going to be a haven in a way. If they can make it to Sunday after that Herbert Hoover game, that's going to be something for them. But, yeah, I mean, they got to be getting tired, but, you know, in this kind of season, you got to fight through that, and that's kind of the way the postseason is. You're tired, oh, well, you know, we're playing for a championship. That's the way you got to do it, because if you look at it, if you play Wednesday in Charleston, you're going to play Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, depending on what it is, if you're going to try to make it to the championship.
Yeah, and this Logan team as well that, you know, they've hit a great stretch here. They've hit their stride just in how they're wanting to play, the type of identity that they have, and you continue to see that pushing forward as we head towards tournament time. And they really did kind of solidify and take that 1 seed in the sectional last night with that win. Again, they would have probably had it anyway. They would have had to have lost last night and tonight for there to have really been a debate. But now you head into tournament play, you're looking at Logan being the 1, Wayne likely being the 4, and then Lincoln County and Scott going to duke it out there in that 2 and 3 position. So if you're Logan and you kind of know where you're at right now, you definitely want to make sure you're right heading towards tournament play. And I'd say that after today, you may see just maybe a day off, perhaps, just maybe a shoot around, just try and get these kids and their sea legs back a little bit. And maybe if you're Zach Green, say, hey, maybe take a day off from the scrimmages.
Well, you say that, but then Coach Kevin Gertz calls. And let's just say Coach Gertz is quite convincing when it comes to you better be there. But, no, I think Coach Green has done a great job with this ball club. And Logan, you know, coming in, we talked about early in the season, Chris, we didn't know who would step up and be that really team leader night in and night out. And, you know, there's a lot of team leaders on this team, and I think that's a great thing. And Coach Green has done a good job of getting his guys to buy in and believe in doing things the Logan Wildcat way, if that makes any sense. And even without him a couple of weeks ago with the COVID incident where he was out due to sickness, and the exposure of COVID, the team battled through, and they did a great job. And I think Coach Green's got this team believing that they can get to Charleston and battle for a state championship, and I believe that they can as well.
Again, in this rivalry, again, going back to 2012, Logan is 9-5 versus Mingo Central in the last 9 years. At the beginning of it, Logan won 3 in a row, then Mingo Central won 5 in a row, and now Logan has won the last 6 in a row. But the last 2 have been decided by 2 points in each occasion. And as we mentioned, the last meeting on Saturday, it was tight all the way through as Logan led 30-28 at the half and 46-45 at the end of the third quarter. So despite Mingo Central's record, this is a very opportunistic minor ball club, and Logan's going to have to be ready here in the rematch tonight. Well, that does bring us to our Logan Regional Medical Center keys to the game. And Nathan, what do you see as the key tonight for Logan to get out of here with their 11th win?
If Logan wants to get a win tonight, Chris, they just got to do what Logan can do. They've got to score, they've got to play tough defense, and they really got to shut down Jarius Jackson. That's the straw that stirs the drink that is Mingo Central. If they're able to do that, I think Logan could easily come out of here with a big win tonight. And again, a win tonight cements that 1 seed for sure. We already think they're going to be in the section, but tonight would really be the feather in the cap. But yeah, Logan plays good defense. Logan is able to score and slow down Jarius Jackson. I think they come out with a nice win.
Well, those are your Logan Regional Medical Center keys to the game, and the key to your health care is with the Logan Regional Medical Center, offering care for every stage of life, from the Women's Center to pediatrics and primary care physicians. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you. Well, let's look at the starting lineups on both sides as they get set for the pregame introductions here on both ends. For Mingo Central, it'll be Justin May, a junior, along with junior Preston Smith, a transfer from Chapmanville High School. Then you have Jarius Jackson, also a junior in this lineup. Ethan Evans in this lineup as well, also an underclassman, and Kyle Campbell, a sophomore, all getting the start here tonight.
No seniors for Mingo Central starting tonight.
Yeah, they've only got 2 on the entire roster. So this is a Mingo Central team, much like Logan, very young. Again, only 1 senior now on the Logan roster, which, as you mentioned, was Corey Townsend. And he will be getting the start tonight on senior night in place of Scotty Browning. So Corey Townsend getting the look here this evening. He's been seeing a lot of playing time, especially for his defensive reasons on the other side. So we'll see him in the lineup tonight. He'll be followed by 6'1 junior Jaron Glick. Then you have 6'2 sophomore Garrett Williamson, along with Aiden Slack, 6'3 sophomore. Then you have Landon Atkins, a 6'5 junior, taking on the man in the middle role for the Wildcats here this evening, as Mingo Central will be wearing their black trunks with black shirts with Carolina blue lettering across the chest and stripes down the side. Logan will be in their all-white uniforms, tops and bottoms, with golden blue trim and gold Wildcats written across the chest. And as the introductions continue to be underway, we'll stay with you until the conclusion of Logan's before we step aside for a break and get things ready with the national anthem and the pregame invocation before we end up tipping things off here tonight, or side out of bouncing it, I should say, here tonight from Willie Akers Arena. But before we end up going to break, just wanted to say one thing real quick. How about them Reds? How about them Reds?
5 in a row, man.
Woo.
Unreal. and scoring, 46 runs? Like the most in Reds history through 6 games.
I've been ecstatic.
I'm not even a baseball fan, and I know that.
I've been ecstatic. I said, shoot, even me wearing my Red stuff last night to the game didn't jinx them today. Somebody kept saying, it's just the Pirates. I said, I don't care if this is a T-ball team. I will take it. I said, a win is a win, and I will take it as much as I can. I know that 7-game losing streak's probably looming in the background somewhere, but hey, us Reds fans, we're going to love it and take it all while we can.
I mean, hey, I'm not the biggest baseball guy in the world, but you got to tip your hat to the Reds. They're scoring and they're winning, so can't knock it. I mean, they were up 11-0 today until a grand slam in the top of the 9th. Which I was sitting there going, in true Reds fashion,
they'd lose this game.
In true Reds fashion, they would give up a grand slam in the 9th inning with the game well in hand.
Oh yeah, but it's after day 1 I was cashing in the season. Now after 5 games I'm buying World Series tickets. So I guess we'll see where we're at in another week or so.
You sound like me when Tom Brady took the helm of the world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
There we go. See, maybe Jonathan India is going to be my Tom Brady.
He is quite good.
I do. I love that kid right now. I said, Lord, hard to believe I think he was maybe just being born whenever I graduated, but you know what? I said, I love that guy right now. In a month or so, when he hits a slump, but I trade him. But for now, things are good in Reds country, and hopefully things are good in Wildcat country here after this evening as we get set now for the pregame invocation and the national anthem. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break and be back after this as you're listening to and watching Logan basketball right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on video production.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, and 2020 makes it 45 years of offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They're the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, and Logan with its own crematory. Contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
With all that's going on, Mullen Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling wants to remind our neighbors we're here for you. We're taking extra precautions to protect you and our employees. Right now, we're offering 6-month no-interest financing to help you stay comfortable throughout this crisis. Our superior indoor air filtration options will keep viruses, bacteria, and allergens down, increasing indoor air quality, comfort, and safety. Call us today and see how we can help you. Mullen, we're comfortable when you are.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital, compassionate personal quality care that's close to home, with caring skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
We are set to go here from Willie Acres Arena. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as Mingo Central has the ball to start the game out. They'll be going right to left across your computer screen and radio dial, with Logan going left to right. As they go down low to Evans, first possession, he backs in, tries a flip shot over top and gets it to spin in.
Wow, I mean, did you see the English on that? Is that what they still call it? That's what they used to call it when they used to shoot pool. It was a nice shot.
That was a great spin move and able to somehow underhand toss that in with a lot of extra English on it. So an early 2-0 lead for the Miners. As Slack on the left wing dribbles back up top over to Williamson. He'll put up a three, no good off the back iron. Rebounded by Atkins underneath. He goes back up with the left hand, no good. But there's Williamson crashing the boards, and we get a whistle and a foul underneath on Mingo.
And I like Garrett Williamson shooting that shot.
Yeah, I told you, he's been turned loose by Zach Green and company. Again, his fouls, obviously they don't want him getting in foul trouble, but they do turn him loose to pick up and play as aggressive defense as he wants. And right there, just better offense as Jarius Jackson gets to the right elbow and puts it in.
Yeah, good defense there from the Wildcats. Jackson just hit a nice pull-up jump shot. Not a lot of arc on that shot, but it did go straight in.
So the first 4 to the Miners. They lead at 4-0, 6:35 left in the opening quarter. As Glick gets it over left side for Williamson, drives baseline, kicks it out to Slack, puts up a three from the wing and counted. He's the man that sent it to overtime last night with a last-second three.
Yeah, and Slack has done a great job as the season has went along of stepping up and knocking down those three-point shots. They need him to hit those, and he did early here.
4-3, and now still by Williamson. He's in the clear. Chasing him down is Jackson. He's not going to get there as he goaltends it off the backboard. Or actually, wow, they just called a foul. That had to be goaltending as well.
No, it wasn't goaltending. I don't believe that was goaltending. I mean, we can look on our video productions replay. I mean, from what I saw, I'm not sure, but it didn't look like goaltending to me.
Let's see here. Again.
Let's see if it was.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that was a good block.
Yeah, it's a good block.
Yeah, I thought he had pinned it off the backboard.
Wow, they gave it to him.
I take it back. It was goaltending, Nathan.
It was definitely goaltending. What's the old saying? Ball don't lie. No, that was goaltending.
Yeah, again, that was bang, bang. Again,
I mean, it was so close. I was just going by the hit on the rim. I didn't see if he had got it actually off the backboard or not.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. But, yeah, and Logan keeps possession here. I'm kind of curious what the call was all the way around. But Logan with the basket and keeps possession as they lead at 5-4. Atkins goes to the right-handed hook in the lane, no good.
I like that take by Landon Atkins, though. That's a good back down, good post move for him.
Here comes Mingo Central looking to regain the lead here. 5:48 to go in the opening period. As they get it over right side for Preston Smith. Smith back up top. Campbell drives in left side, tries to find Jackson, does on 2 hops. Jackson gets in the lane, he's hit, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Jackson did a nice job there finding the baseline and getting up and putting up a shot. Logan's defenders again there. If the ball hadn't been loose, Logan had it covered well. Unfortunately, the ball just kind of came loose and it was almost an incidental pass to Jackson.
Jackson hits the first free throw. As we mentioned, he had 23 against Chapmanville in that loss, and then had 19 against Logan on Saturday night in that tight affair. As he looks to give Mingo the lead back, and does as he buries both free throws.
And again, Chris, how much will the legs of Logan come into play here tonight? Again, you talked about how many close games and overtime last night, back-to-back tonight. How much will that play a part in this ball game?
Townsend dribbles in, kicks it into the middle for Atkins, throws a tough pass over to Williamson, now over to the left wing for Glick. They dump it down low for Atkins, into the corner Slack. He gets some separation, goes for 3, but airballs it, and rebounded by Campbell. So here comes Mingo Central, trailing or leading by 1 now, rather, 6-5. Smith on the left wing kicks it back out to Jackson as we approach 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Top of the key, pass deflected away from Justin May, but still retrieved by Mingo. As they go out front, Townsend gets his hands on the ball, and they're going to get a foul on Townsend.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I thought he had a tie-up.
Yeah, I thought that was a good tie-up.
Well, that'll be number 1 on Corey Townsend as you hear the displeasure from the Logan crowd.
That might be a makeup call for that goaltend there.
I was going to say, whatever the call was on that one, I'm going to agree with.
Yeah, I'm going to as well because it was so close.
As Jackson goes down low, nice look for Evans as he gets position, and Evans puts it in for his 4th point.
And I'll tell you what, Chris, Mingo Central, as the season has went on, they have gotten a lot better. And Logan's looking to really get their spark here early on.
Williamson goes to Slack. Slack in the left corner, dribbles back up top. Now looking for help as he finds Williamson. Williamson gets a screen from Atkins, retreats back to midcourt, now to Slack. Back up top for Williamson, dribbles to the free throw line, cut off by Campbell, puts up a tough turnaround jumper and gets it to go.
You can't ask for more than that from Garrett Williamson. He did it all on that play. What a nice take to get a shot up and sink it there for the Wildcats.
He had 14 against Mingo Central on Saturday.
Look at this, trap.
Now they find Campbell, now down low to Evans. 1-on-1 with Atkins. Doesn't have the size, but goes for the hook anyway, and short, rebounded by Atkins.
And good job without fouling by Atkins.
Now here comes Logan, trailing by 1, looking to retake the lead as Glick dribbles in on the left side, skips into the lane. We get a whistle and a foul on Mingo with 3:47 left in the first.
But Atkins there, Chris, on defense, did a really nice job, again, of defending without fouling, arms straight up, didn't jump, didn't try to take a lot of contact there, did a really nice job as Townsend will check out. And Scotty Browning will check in, the man with the golden dagger from last night.
Yeah, again, he was so smooth on that game winner. He hit 5 3-pointers in all last night.
Looked like he was just warming up.
Now Glick into the lane. Nice find to Atkins. Goes in on the right side, and Atkins with his first bucket.
Great pass and a great finish. Glick finds Atkins underneath. Everybody went with Glick, and Atkins finishes at the bucket.
Full court pressure, and that's going to draw a timeout by Stan Elkins, again in his 3rd year at Mingo Central. Zach Green in his 5th year at Logan, but having trouble getting that ball in. So with 3:34 left in the first half, Logan leads it by 1. Just a reminder, this game brought to you in part by Nationwide Insurance agent Greg Dalton, who is a proud supporter of Logan Wildcat Athletics and the community of Logan County. For auto, home, life, and business insurance, call the Greg Dalton Agency at 304-752-8300. Greg Dalton Insurance with offices on Main Street in Logan and Main Street in Chapmanville. For all your sides, there is Nationwide. This is WVOW Logan. So again, here in the early going, we've seen back and forth on both sides. Mingo Central's done a nice job attacking down low, but Logan's been able to do what they did most often last night, attacking the offensive glass and creating a lot of these hustle plays to give themselves second opportunities.
Logan's been one of the best offensive rebounding teams I've seen this season, Chris. They do a great job on the offensive board.
They get it into Zion Martin, who's checked into the game for Mingo Central. Now Campbell trapped in the backcourt, has it stolen by Atkins, goes up, can't hit, but he's fouled by Campbell, and that'll send Atkins to the free throw line.
How about the big man with the trap and the steal and goes up, gets hacked. Nice play by Landon Atkins. to get to the basket and nearly put that one in for an old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, and Atkins, 2 points thus far tonight. Had 2 against Scott last night. He had 5 against Mingo on Saturday, and he hits the first.
And he's gotten so much better, Chris, from where we saw him at the beginning of the season. He has really just developed and become a really nice down-low post player, just a guy who can get things done on the glass and really use his size to his advantage.
Atkins' second free throw rolls off, rebounded by Martin. As Mingo has the ball, trailing Logan 10-8, 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Jackson breaks the pressure by himself, tries to get it into the corner. His pass deflected by Browning, but still retained by the Miners. Out to Smith. He'll drive in, floater with the right hand, and Preston Smith able to finish.
Tough shot. Atkins was there to get a hand up, but Smith able to knock it down.
10 apiece now with exactly 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. As Browning almost lost the handle, able to shovel it over to Williamson, who brings it back out towards the top of the key. Now Williamson trying to direct traffic, gets it over to Glick. He'll take a 3 from the wing, no good off the front of the iron, and rebounded by May.
It was a good look for Glick. I honestly thought that was going in.
Now on the backcourt.
Boy, they are just hounding Mingo Central in the backcourt are the Wildcats.
Well, May went behind his back and threw it away, but it went right to May. Now to Smith in the right corner, 3 on the way off the back iron, and rebounded by Glick. Here comes Logan trying to push the pace now. The bounce pass stolen away by May as he tried to find Browning. Browning looked like he was floating towards the left corner and got intercepted. Now here comes Martin. He almost travels with it. Gets it out to May. Top of the key 3 off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Jackson underneath though. Turnaround jumper is short. Rebound knocked loose and taken by Browning.
Scotty Browning with a good job to secure that rebound before it went out of bounds. Aiden Slack knocked it away. And
tried to find Atkins there to Williamson, but the pass too tall, and it had to be a little too tall if Atkins couldn't get to it.
If Atkins, was about 6'7", I think he would have had it. Unfortunately, he's just 6'5". It was on target pass, just a little out of his reach, but he would have had a wide open layup.
Well, now it'll be Mingo Central ball, all even at 10 apiece. 2:02 to go in the first quarter. As they inbound it to May, now into the middle for Smith as Cameron Hensley into the game, and now falling down is Smith, and I don't know where the contact was.
Okay.
It looked, unless that's a foul on a ghost, I don't really know where the foul was.
That foul could have been on you or me, apparently, because I didn't see anybody near Preston Smith when he fell for that foul, but okay.
You just saw the Logan bench throw their hands up, just asking where or what happened.
The Boo Birds were out there for a minute.
I think they gave it to Landon Atkins.
Now here the refs are going to have a caucus. Again, I'm going to make that word stick.
Trying to add the politics to the broadcast.
No, I just like the word caucus.
Yeah, I think they gave the foul to Landon Atkins that time, and maybe that's what they're changing as the foul.
That's what they're discussing. Again, I didn't see anybody around Smith there, but the refs saw something I didn't.
Yeah, Cameron Hensley must have blown a stiff wind at him as he came by, but nevertheless, Mingo Central bailed out on that call as they'll have possession tied at 10 apiece. As we are down to 1:52 to go in the first half. Smith dribbles over to his left, cut off by Atkins, gets it out to Martin. Martin trying to find someone, eventually finds Jackson. Jackson swings it over right side for May.
Logan sticking to that man-to-man defense.
Now some dribble penetration here. Instead, they kick it back out over to Jackson. Jackson looks down low for Martin. Martin gets free initially, gets Hensley in the air, but he's blocked from behind by Glick. It'll stay with Mingo.
And Glick did a nice job there. He went for the steal, couldn't get it, then came from behind and swatted the ball out when it looked like there was going to be a wide-open layup.
Now Ethan Thomason will inbound the ball, a freshman from Mingo Central. Pass dangerous, but it finds Jackson. 3 from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Browning.
And they're really sticking to Jackson. They're not going to let him put up 23 again.
Get it over to Hensley. Hensley had 7 points in the fourth quarter and overtime last night. Great look for Landon Atkins, and he lays it in.
And Hensley did a great job driving to the paint there and drew the defense and just found Atkins by himself, and he just lays it in off the glass. Nicely done.
We're at 12-10 now in favor of Mingo Central. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Thomason gets the top of the key for May. Now over to Jackson. Jackson on the right wing going up against Glick. Tries to step back, now gives it to May. Now over left side for Smith as Mingo Central. See if they try and hold for one here.
Looks like they're going to.
Jackson dribbling around near midcourt. Gives it over for Thomason, down to 37 seconds. Thomason found a little crease, but Browning cuts it off. Now back up top of the key, pass dangerous, and it's going to go into the backcourt and over and back against the Miners.
And that's one of the issues that Logan can cause, Chris, with their defense. They put so much pressure onto the offense trying to just hold the ball. They're just trying to dribble and run the clock, and Logan's putting so much pressure it forces a turnover.
Now Logan trying to get the last look of the first quarter. They also had the possession arrow to have the ball starting the second quarter. So perhaps a nice little 4-point trip here between the first and second quarter if they can convert.
Maybe even 6.
Very good. Again, we've got the math down finally after all these years.
It took a couple of weeks, but we got it.
Down to 12 seconds as Williamson, not being contested out near midcourt, now gives it to Browning. Looks over into the corner for Hensley, down to 5 seconds. Now Williamson gets it to Browning off of a curl, tries to put up a floater at the horn, gets it to go, and Logan closes the first quarter with a 14-10 edge over the Mingo Central Miners. We'll be back in 60 seconds as you're listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
The road to total savings starts here, Thornhill GM Superstore. Find new roads to 119 in Chapmanville, your hometown full-service Buick Chevy GMC dealer. We are professional grade and community strong. Expect the best and save thousands with Thornhill.
14-10, Logan leads Mingo Central as we start quarter number 2. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer on Video Productions. Terry Buckley, our engineer on WVOW. And Daniel Miller, our camera operator on Video Productions. As Logan will have the ball going left to right still across your computer screen and radio dial as Browning looks to start off the second as he did the first. Misses on the 3. Rebounded by Williamson, though, as they'll get a second opportunity yet again. Top of the key for Slack. Slack trying to find Atkins down low.
Yeah, and Atkins has got a nice size advantage underneath. What's the old phrase? The old mouse in the house.
Yeah, he's got maybe about 3 inches on Martin. Now Hensley will be the one to contest, and Cameron Hensley, nice jump step into the middle, and he finishes.
I'd say they've missed Cameron Hensley, and I bet you they're happy to have him back here on this roster. He provides a spark, and he is an excellent player.
16-10 in favor of Logan as they've scored the last 6. Jackson into the middle. He got caught in midair.
That's got to be a walk.
Yeah, they get him for the travel as he was trying to say that the ball was knocked away, but he got caught in midair, had nowhere to go, and ended up landing.
Yeah, what happened was Slack was standing there to take a charge, and Hensley was on the other side trying to play defense, and that caused the travel.
Now Logan looking to build on this lead, push this to 3 possessions as Browning, nice drive into the middle, had his shot blocked, but he also got hacked on the way in, and that'll send Scotty to the free throw line.
Well, Scotty Browning's really been coming into his own as of late, hasn't he? Like he's kind of went from being Stevie's brother to now being Scotty, if that makes any sense. Like he's really stepped up and doing a great job here for the Wildcats.
And that's what I said. He's 5'11", but he plays much bigger than that as he hits the free throw. You'd think maybe just looking at him, he's just an outside shooting specialist, but he does it all.
He can drive. He can hit it from mid-range. He's an excellent shot blocker. Like his timing on blocking shots is impeccable.
Now Browning's second free throw on the way. This one rattles in and out, no good. Rebounded by Jackson.
And Slack trying to poke it away. Look at Aiden Slack on the ground.
Yeah, he and Jackson end up being a tie-up call, and the possession arrow will go to Logan. I think it should be Mingo Central, though. I don't think they changed the possession.
I don't think they switched the – yeah, Mingo Central saying, yeah, that should be ours.
Yeah, and that's the correct call.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So now they do get that fixed, and it will be Mingo Central basketball off the tie-up. 17-10, Logan leads it 1 minute deep into the second quarter.
Logan on a 7-0 run after the game was tied at 10 apiece.
Tough pass by Smith up ahead, but able to find May in the left corner. His pass stolen by Hensley as he shovels it ahead as he went to the ground. Now up to Atkins, now to Browning on the left side. Mingo Central gets back on defense. Here comes Logan into the left corner for Williamson. Nice ball fake as he takes it baseline. Pass over to Browning. 3 from the right corner. Count it for Scotty Browning.
And there's a timeout by Coach Stan Elkins as Logan's on a 10-0 run.
And a big boost to this Wildcat club. A full timeout. We'll take it as well with 6:32 left in the first half. Logan leads at 20-10 as you're listening to and watching Wildcat basketball right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
Back to action here at Willie Acres Marina. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as Logan on a 10-0 run.
Well, I'll tell you what, they better get across the timeline.
They're up against 10-second count here. It's going to be close. Smith.
There it is.
Yep, doesn't get there. And there's another turnover as this Logan defense has been stifling here in the second period.
Yeah, the defense has been playing great, but Mingo Central was just throwing the ball back and forth behind the timeline, and you saw one of the coaches from Mingo Central stand up and go, it's got to go over the timeline, as he was not happy with that.
Yeah, that's one of the most frustrating things as a coach. You call timeout to get things settled up and settled in and try and drop a play, and then right off the bat you turn it over. Atkins, the big guy, goes for three, and he'll bury it. It's all cooking right now for Logan.
We've seen Landon Atkins hit those shots before, and he knocks one down there. He's wide open. You can't leave him out there.
23-10 now. Wildcats lead it. Pass cross court finds May. May back out to Jackson. Mingo Central desperately needs to stop the bleeding right now. Jackson looks to do it. Can't bank it in, but he's fouled on the way up.
Yeah, and that was a good take by Jackson there. He just had to grab the ball and take off with it. But here we go. Browning finds Atkins on our replay here, and boom. Nice shot. And that was good form, too.
I was going to say, he's set up very nicely to that.
Yeah. Must be like one of those guys I used to play pickup ball with. Every 6'8" guy wanted to stand out in the corner and shoot threes. That used to drive me nuts.
It's like, dude, park it down low.
It's
Come
like
on.
you can stand under the basket and just get everything, but you want to shoot threes. But that was a good shot, though, from Landon Atkins. Not saying he's that guy, because he definitely had a wide-open look and knocked that one down.
Yeah, that's the third three Logan's canned here in the first half. They hit 7 last night against Scott in the win.
Yeah, none bigger than the one Scotty Browning hit at the buzzer in overtime. My goodness, what a game you all had.
Yeah, I was going to say the 5 that Browning hit, the one that Slack hit from the left corner as the horn sounded to send it to overtime. And again, Logan definitely was in a lot of trouble last night. Scott had their opportunities to ice it away at the line but couldn't do so, and Logan made him pay for it in the final seconds. As Jackson hits on both free throws, he's now got 6 points.
Quick update, the Chapmanville Liberty Raleigh game tonight has been canceled.
And again, see if that will have a make-up date. They do have one other date posted to play each other, so we'll see if they get that in, as Glick will take a 3 from the right wing over the backboard, no good, and rebounded by Smith.
Chapmanville's had a couple the past few weeks that have been canceled, so we'll see. And there,
Campbell,
ball was tipped according to the official.
Yeah, some thought he might have double dribbled, but now out front for Smith. Dribbles to the left elbow, pull-up jumper, rattles off the front end and falls through.
That was a good take there by Smith to put that one in, but the Cardiac Cats are back down again.
It's at 23-14 now in favor of Logan. They get it over to Hensley in the left corner. Nice drive by him, takes it in all the way to the left side and lays it in as he tumbles to the ground.
And if you don't put a body on Cameron Hensley, he'll get right to the rim and he'll get there in a hurry. Nice take by Cameron Hensley.
Logan back up by double digits at 25-14, 4:45 remaining in the first half. They go down low for Evans, backs in on Williamson, turnaround jumper, rolls around the world and falls through.
Well, Williamson did everything he could on defense. That was just a good take.
Now Browning quickly the other way, 3 from the left wing, no good on the high archer this time, rebounded by Evans.
I think can almost set off the sprinkler system with how much Arcus he puts on it.
Now here's Jackson. He'll step back for three. No good as it was on line but short. Now Williamson quickly ahead to Glick. Gets behind the defense. Jackson chases him down, but Glick wisely goes to the left hand and lays it in.
Yeah, and Jackson calls Glick to change hands there, and Glick with a nice finish with his left hand, and the pressure is on again.
That's first 2 of the night for Glick. In the first game, he had 20 against Mingo Central. Now 27-16 Wildcats, exactly halfway through the second. Nice look down low from Martin. Martin pump fakes, goes up on Hensley, stood his ground and caused the miss. Rebounded by Williamson.
Good recovery by Hensley and a good defense there.
Williamson crashes into the middle, whistle, and a blocking foul against Mingo Central as Williamson couldn't hit the layup, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, so that's a blocking foul. I think Hensley took an elbow to the head, which we'll see here. Garrett Williamson on the bucket, and yeah, the feet were not planted. Good block call there by the officials.
And now Williamson back at the charity stripe, and boy, did he come up big from the free throw line last night. Again, Logan was 8 of 10 from the free throw line as he misses the first.
Well, he heard you there.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
The commentator jinx lives on, Chris Kidd.
Yeah, we've seen Logan have their difficulties at the line. Thankfully, last night it didn't come into play. Again, they were 14 of 21 from the free throw line on Saturday against Mingo, but Williamson stepped up and hit some clutch free throws down the stretch of that game last night as he hits on the second.
And Williamson's one of those guys, Chris, he can do it all. He can call his own number. He can get others involved. He can rebound. He can shoot. He just does it all for Logan.
Now 28-16, Logan as they lead it by a dozen. 3:40 to go in the first half. Thomason up the left side, goes behind his back, still able to control it. Now to Martin, up top for Smith. Mingo will set up here, trying to get this back below 10 as Logan's gone on a run here in order to extend this lead after it was at 10 apiece.
Yeah, it's an 18-6 run for Logan right now.
Smith back to the top of the key, now drives back left side, crashes into Smith, or Atkins rather, goes up with the shot, rolls off. Atkins tips it around and tears the rebound away.
Boy, good luck getting the ball away from him. That's a big old boy underneath.
Now here comes Glick into the middle, steps back, pull-up jumper, off the front iron, no good, rebounded by Preston Smith. He had it poked away by Browning and taken back for Logan. Now to Townsend in the left corner. Townsend up fakes, gives it to Atkins. Atkins back up top. Williamson all alone for 3. Can it for Garrett Williamson.
You cannot leave Logan's shooters open from the outside. Everybody, 1 through 5, can knock down the 3, and another timeout by Coach Elkins.
And Stan Elkins burning through them here in this first half with 2:44 to go. Logan now has its largest lead of the game at 31-16. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep things here. And again, thank you for listening to us tonight here on WVOW on 101.9 and 1290 AM. Also on Video Productions. And thank you to the people right here in front of us listening to us on the radio, as if having us like 4 feet from them wasn't bad enough. I saw them with it on. I said, these are dedicated people, man. They have to look at us a little bit, and they're willing to listen to us.
Bless their hearts.
So they haven't left yet, so I guess they're either tolerable people or they're enjoying the broadcast.
And now Logan.
They said, we know what's going on. Well, I'm glad somebody thinks we do.
Do we, though?
Hey, I like it. They're going to be our new PR people going forward.
Yeah, really. Well, 2:44 left here in the second quarter. Logan is up by 15. And this is a far cry from what we saw the other night on Minor Mountain with these two teams, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say Logan not trying to leave much to doubt here in the first half, as that was just nip and tuck all the way. I was watching on Tommy Browning's little feed on Facebook.
Yeah, it was a close ball game.
Yeah, so thankfully right now Logan seems to be in a comfort zone. But, again, this is a Mingo team that doesn't go away.
No, they do not. They will battle to the bitter end. We've seen that against Chapmanville, against Logan, against everybody this season. They don't quit.
They get it over to Smith. He'll take a 3 from the left side, right on line, and he buries it.
Good shot by Smith and a good find there. Logan defense did all they could. Just found the open man.
Well, nice job by Evans jumping the passing lane, knocked it away, and it goes off of Atkins' leg out of bounds.
And they tried to feed Atkins, but Evans saw it coming and jumped in front. Slack checking in for Townsend now. I'll tell you what, Corey Townsend, when he guards somebody, he can tell you how much money's in their wallet. I mean, he's right on them every single time.
Yes, there's rubber and glue. He's definitely the glue in that situation. As he'll get his rest right now, but that's the thing with this Logan defense, just so many tough defenders across the board, as they are only giving up on the season 55.4 points per game. Now with 1:55 to go in the first half, Mingo Central trailing it by 12. If they can find a way to get this below 10, that'd be a win for them going into halftime.
Absolutely.
Lob pass inside for Jackson. He's quadruple teamed and draws the foul as he goes up.
He went up, and I saw about 6 arms come at him there. And, you know, Logan, that's the guy that they're really keyed on stopping here in this first half, Chris. And they've done a nice job of stopping him from getting a lot of open looks, but he has made a few trips to the foul line here.
And they did get that on Glick. That's going to be number 2 on him, as that's 16 fouls against Mingo, 5 against Logan.
And it looks like Townsend will check in.
That's first free throw off the back iron for Jackson, no good, as he's got 6 points here in the first half. That's his first miss from the line, 4 or 5 now.
Again, another fun night here at Willie Acres Arena. Willie Acres is actually here tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, nice to see him in the crowd again. I believe one of his nieces, a senior on the cheerleading squad.
I believe you are correct.
So wanting to come out and support her as well, as now with the second free throw good, lead down to 11. As Scotty Browning on the right wing gets a little separation. He pulls up for 3, no good, as he crashes to the ground after a little contact, nothing called, as here comes Mingo. Chance to get this to single digits.
And Townsend's back, right in his pocket.
They get it inside, tough take. Will they give this continuation or not?
I don't think you can.
And again, Thomason put it in after the whistle, but it doesn't look like.
No basket.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be.
On 2K, maybe, but not here.
I was going to say, you just never know sometimes. We've seen some pretty extenuated circumstances where it's been given. They get it in deep for Jackson. 1:17 to go in the half. Whoa, Jackson just pushed off.
Yeah, he really did.
Whoa, he definitely extended that right arm and didn't get called for it.
Well, both teams, Chris, are in the 1-and-1 on the next foul.
Now they give it to Smith. Knocked down a 3 a moment ago. Ooh. Knocks down a 3 here.
Well, Preston Smith trying to lead a comeback charge here for the Miners as they've got it to 8.
He has 10 already. He had 12 in the first game against Logan. Williamson looks to respond on the other end. Short on the jumper from the left side. Rebounded by Mingo. Down to 48 seconds left in the half. What was a 15-point lead has now been shaved basically in half at 8 as Smith drives left side, kicks it out front, knocked away by Browning in a race to the basketball now with Thomason, and Thomason barely gets there before him.
Thomason may have kind of pushed there with a forearm as Browning was going back down the court too. Oh, and they left Jackson wide open. Logan recovered quickly though.
Yeah, Townsend noticed it at the last second and got over to him. We'll see if Mingo now tries to run it down for one shot as we're down to 20 seconds left in the half. Slack all over Jackson. Again, 31-23, Logan leads it. Jackson, now you have Atkins flash on him. They give it to Martin with 11 seconds.
Yeah, Evans was wide open at the top of the key, but Mingo running the clock here.
Down to 6 seconds. Martin looking for help, gets it to Evans. Now out to Jackson. Jackson fakes on Slack, drives in, puts up a floater at the horn, no good. And that will do it for the first half of action as the Logan Wildcats used a big run in order to extend their lead, but Mingo Central cuts it in half as we head to halftime. It's 31-23 Wildcats as we head to intermission. Well, Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll run through all your stats and analysis here from Willie Acres Arena as you are listening to and watching Logan Wildcat basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Our world has changed a lot in a short time, but your health and safety remains our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs. And your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care that you need. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Peyton? What are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, and 2020 makes it 45 years of offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They're the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, and Logan with its own crematory. Contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Our boy from Williamson's over there. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you as we are at halftime with Logan leading at 31-23. And again, in the first half, Nathan, again, the pressure defense of Logan after the score was tied 10-10, able to amp that up, take a 15-point lead, but Mingo did a nice job of battling back on a 7-0 run to end the half.
Yeah, they did a nice job, and Chris, as you said, they cut it to 10, under 10. And if you're Logan, you got to love what you did in the first half, but you know, Coach Green's going to go in there, and you know he's going to have a game plan saying, hey, we let them back in it, you know, when we really could have pulled away and made an even bigger deficit, but we allowed Mingo Central to claw back into this. So we'll see what the Wildcats want to do coming out in the second half. Obviously, their defense played so well there towards that, you know, end of the first, beginning of the second. Mingo Central was just able to figure the pressure out towards the end of the second quarter, but knowing Coach Green and his staff, they will come up with a press that Mingo Central probably has never seen, or some kind of pressure to change up what Mingo Central wants to do on offense.
Again, held Jarius Jackson to 7 points in the first half, only one field goal. But
I mean, you got to love that if you're Logan. I mean, he was really the one that hurt you up at Minor Mountain.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Stan Elkins, you're happy, though, that you've had some other people step up thus far. Again, only 3 people in the scorebook, but you had Ethan Evans, who had 8 on Saturday, had 6 here tonight. Preston Smith, who had 12 on Saturday, has 10 here tonight. So that's what's going to have to happen for Mingo Central in order to open up Jackson a little bit more, because if they know that he's the only one they've got a key on, then they're going to really clamp down on him and make life difficult.
And you've seen it every time he gets the ball. There are 3 guys go to him, and they're all surrounding him, and they do not want him to get a clean look at the basket because they know he can heat up in a hurry. But the Logan defense does such a good job of recovering, and they do such a good job of finding their man. And we saw it earlier. Jackson was wide open in the corner. Smith looks over. Townsend's already there. He's able to recover so quick. And the Logan offense on the other end, Chris, they have done a nice job tonight at shot selection, at finding the open man, at creating shots, and getting Landon Atkins involved underneath. And also Cameron Hensley's done a nice job creating his own shots. And then, you know, the rest of your squad is playing so well, just shooting the ball. Scotty Browning's had some great shots. Slack hit a big 3 early. And you see Glick early on was getting to the rim and really causing some chaos on the floor.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing right there as well is that, you know, Jaron Glick, he's been held to 2 points here in the first half. So you can tell Mingo's been king on him after the big game he had on Saturday. But you've got 6 players in the scorebook. You've had other people stepping up, and that's what it's going to take in order to open up some of these lanes. Again, last night Logan did such an effective job getting into the middle, driving on Scott late in that ball game, being able to kick out to the open man. And that's where Logan really does their damage right there. Mingo's done a nice job staying in front of Logan thus far tonight, but the Wildcats have still been able to create a lot of opportunities and gotten some great looks.
Yeah, they absolutely have. And again, everybody on Logan's team, Chris, I think at this point we can say it, can shoot. And they can all knock down, whether it be a 3-point shot, an extended long 2, they can all get to the rim. This is just a talented group of individuals that play so cohesively as a team. And we've even said it before, sometimes they're so unselfish that maybe they're just a little too unselfish at times. But tonight, I think the Logan offense has looked at times during this game as good as I've seen them look this season.
Well, let's run through the first half scoring on both sides. We'll start with Mingo Central. Leading all scorers at the moment is Preston Smith with 10 points, Jarius Jackson with 7 points, and Ethan Evans with 6 points to round out the scoring for Mingo Central. On the other end for Logan, you've got Garrett Williamson and Landon Atkins each leading the way with 8 points apiece thus far in the first half. Scotty Browning with 6 points on the evening. Then you have Cam Hensley with 4 points, followed by Aiden Slack with 3 points, and Jaron Glick with 2 points to round out the scoring for the Wildcats. And we've still got more Logan basketball action coming your way this week as we'll get the next couple of days off, and then on Saturday we'll be back here for Logan versus Herbert Hoover. And again, we got to look at Herbert Hoover on Saturday, where Chapmanville was able to come back from 11 down in the final 3 minutes in order to win that game in overtime 62-56. But that's been a Herbert Hoover club that jumped out to a 7-1 start this year. They've been very good against some tough quality opponents in AAA, and they're a team that could definitely be in Charleston in just less than a month from now. So I think you look at that Herbert Hoover matchup for Logan, that's going to be a nice measuring stick.
Yeah, it should be. And, again, sorry, Devin, I got the Hoover game this time, pal. I know Devin Collins did a fine job filling in for me during that game.
Nathan was getting nervous.
Oh, yeah. I mean, geez.
Everyone coming for your job this week.
I'm telling you, man. Him, Joe Linville, I mean, good Lord.
Daniel Miller's advocating for it every day that we're here.
Lord, I'm not even going to start there. But, no, I mean, he did a nice job, I thought, and kept my seat warm for me. So thank you, Devin, for filling in, and I really appreciate that. And he did a great job, as always. I know the Chapmanville fans were incredibly excited to have him on the broadcast, but you know, and now I get my first real look at Hoover this season in person, so I'm looking forward to that. They've been a really tough team for the past few years, and then the addition of Devin Hatfield there has really made them a tough ball club to deal with.
Yeah, so that's going to be a fun game on Saturday between the Wildcats and the Huskies. So make sure you join us for 7:15 with the pregame show and 7:30 for the tip between Logan and Herbert Hoover as the regular season continues to dwindle down here in the state of West Virginia this 2020-2021 high school basketball season.
Seems like we blinked and it's almost gone.
Well, right now halftime's almost gone as it is 31-23 in favor of Logan over Mingo Central. Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the start of quarter number 3 here from Middleburg Island as you're listening to and watching Logan basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Superstore is your full-service Buick, Chevy, and GMC dealer. Go Thornhill and expect the best with total value, service, and pricing on your next ride. Home of the Thornhill 10120. You'll get total support with Thornhill GM Superstore.
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Start of quarter number 3 here from Willie Acres Arena. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you as Logan will get the ball to start the third quarter, going right to left across your computer screen and radio dial, with Mingo Central going left to right. So we come out now after Mingo had that 7-0 run to end the half. We'll see if Logan can put an end to that right here.
Well, you know, Logan, if you're coming out right now, first possession of the second half, Mingo went on a nice run there. First thing you want to do is get a bucket here.
Williamson looks down low, kicks it up top for Slack, goes right into the big man, turns around with the left hand, can't finish as he had a good look, but Evans with the rebound.
Great look for Atkins, it just rimmed off the back iron.
Now here comes Mingo Central trying to cut this back down to a 2-possession lead after trailing by as much as 15 midway through the second quarter. They go down low to Evans, now against Atkins, one-on-one. Atkins challenged him, now Evans challenging Atkins back as he kicks it out to Smith, drives in and cut off by Slack as they'll reset.
Good defense by Logan there.
Now they give it to Thomason as he drives in. We get a whistle and a foul on the baseline, and that's going to go on Scotty Browning on a push.
Yeah, I thought Logan did a nice job of really making Mingo Central go away from their game plan there, because it looked like they wanted to go inside, but Logan just wasn't having it.
Now Mingo will inbound from underneath their own basket. They'll lob it down or out deep for Preston Smith. As we're 45 seconds deep into the second half, Smith dribbles into the corner, cut off by Slack. Now out for Evans. Evans at the right elbow, looking in on Atkins, gives it out to Martin instead.
A dangerous pass Evans made there, just kind of bounced it over.
Now here comes Smith as he'll retreat back towards midcourt. Williamson on him, gives it over to Jackson on the left side. Glick picks him up. Now they switch in a double team on him as Evans looks down low for Martin. Nice recovery by Slack to knock it away out of bounds.
And that's what Logan can do. They can double team you and then recover just as quick and get down and knock the ball out of bounds there. And again, Mingo Central looks like they're running a really slow pace offense here. They're not getting in a hurry right now.
And again, it's so deceptive because you don't think Logan has enough time to get there, but they know that they can recover, and that's what creates some of these turnovers. Just whenever you think that you've got a nice lane for a pass, it disappears in a heartbeat. Now they go down low to Evans. He'll kick it out to Tomlinson. He gets a look from three, almost banked it in. Rebounded by Evans, though. He goes up, can't finish on the right side as Slack goes down
and he landed hard.
Yeah, and he's down in pain right now as the play continues on the other end. As Glick gets it into the middle, pull-up jumper is good, and now they will stop action as Slack hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him as he fell there, but didn't really have a chance to brace himself as he went to the ground.
Yeah, he landed hard. And also want to make a correction. Thank you to Leah Clay Stone for pointing this out. Willie's granddaughter is the cheerleader, not Nick.
Thankfully, Slack on his feet. And as we said, hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him there. Again, he's been fighting through some injuries this year. Again, had that high ankle sprain that knocked him out for a couple of games about a week or two ago.
Looked like he kind of maybe he might have hit that funny bone as he went down.
And again, just a physical player, and he'll go after any ball that he gets a chance to, whether it's football, basketball, baseball. Again, he just gets after it. And yeah, he is looking at the left elbow, left forearm a little bit, so that may have been, as you mentioned, where he landed. So hopefully no damage done there.
Yeah, he's rubbing it, but he's able to move it, so that's good news. And he's not going to the back, so he'll probably be able to come back in.
Now the lead at 10 for Logan at 33-23. Nearly 2 minutes gone in the second half. As Evans up top lobs it for Smith into the corner as Williamson all over him right now. As Williamson trying to shut him down after Smith had that productive first half. Now Jackson trying to get free from Glick over in the corner. Martin up top being hounded by Hensley. Now they get it to Jackson. Double teamed immediately. Tried to split it and had it stolen away by Glick. Up ahead to Williamson. One-on-one. Tries to get inside. Had the shot blocked and a charge called as Smith was able to get back and get in position, and they call Williamson on the charge.
Yeah, and Williamson picked up the charge there. And Logan already, I believe that's the second or third team foul they'll have in this half so far.
Now full court pressure for the Wildcats as they get into Evans. Evans on.
He's got Atkins on him, and that's a tough look seeing a guy as big as Atkins on you.
Right now, just this pressure is really intensified here in the third quarter. Dangerous pass, and there's Williamson to intercept. One-on-one with Jackson. Bodies up against him. Goes up to the right side, and Williamson hits it as he goes to the ground.
Yeah, and Coach Green wanted an and one there, but didn't get it.
Well, now Williamson into double figures as he's got 10 points as Logan's lead back up to a dozen. So quick 4-0 spurt here. Mingo Central yet to score, nearly 3 minutes deep into the third quarter.
Just a credit to how good Logan's defense is playing here in the third quarter.
Now here comes Jackson, puts up a tough contested shot off the front iron, no good, rebounded by Glick. Glick gets by Jackson into the front court. Looks it inside, now goes outside to Hensley. Hensley will drive into the paint, lobs it over to Atkins. Atkins spins towards the middle, whistle in, and travel on him.
Yeah, just made the right move, made the right step. Just that left pivot foot dragged a little bit there. Or the right one, excuse me. The right pivot foot dragged there a little bit for Atkins. Hensley made a great pass, though, but you see the replay there, our Thornhill Auto Group replay on video productions. You saw the great finish by Williamson. Probably should have been an and one there, but no call.
Now, they did a nice job because Jackson was getting in on him. He used that little shoulder bump to get a little separation and then went to the other side of the rim where Jackson with his long arms couldn't get to the shot. As Smith double teamed in the right wing, dumps it down for Evans, gets by Atkins, goes up, he's fouled, can't finish on the shot, but he'll go to the line.
Well, Evans has had a tough night having to deal with Atkins there. Boy. And I think that's, 3 on Atkins?
Yeah, I believe so now.
Quick update, the Man Hillbillies lead Sherman at the end of 3, 83-38.
Wow.
And actually not the biggest lead they've had this season either.
Now Evans' first free throw off the mark, no good. Yeah, we'll be with them next Saturday night against Riverview, I believe it is.
Yeah, it's our final regular season game of the year as of right now. We will be with them they take on Riverview.
Yeah, we've got Logan and Chapmanville next Thursday night at Chapmanville.
That'll be a good one as well.
As Evans splits the free throws, he knocks down the second, 35-24 in favor of Logan. As they get it to Townsend. Townsend gets inside the left elbow, pull-up shot off the mark, long rebound comes out. Smith gets it, and him and Townsend end up having a big collision, and they get Townsend on the block.
Townsend was just trying to follow his shot. Smith had secured the rebound, and that'd be a foul on Townsend, but that was Townsend just going after the ball. As Jackson had a very short breather, he's back in.
Slack still on the bench on the far side, kind of slumped in the chair right now.
Yeah, you may not see Slack for the rest of this quarter.
Now here comes Smith, dribbles into the paint, kicks it out to Martin. Long two-pointer on the way, off the front iron, no good, and rebounded by Glick.
Yeah, good defense from Logan. Nice pass for Glick.
Found Hensley underneath. He throws it out to Browning. Now over to Williamson. They've got Mingo chasing everywhere, and Williamson hits a wide open three.
Williamson has done a great job tonight knocking down those shots. And, you know, Williamson's a great shooter, and he really likes to get others involved. But sometimes you got to call your own number, and that was one of those times. Nicely done.
7-1 Logan here in the second half as Glick gets his hand on a pass, stolen away. Here's Townsend, drives in right side, hit by Martin, counted, and the foul for Corey Townsend.
Corey Townsend gets to the rim, finishes, and the foul. And Chris, Logan has come out here and went on an absolute run as they have, a 10-1 run here in the third quarter?
9-1, looking to make it 10-1 here.
Unbelievable start to the second half for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's been a series of runs. Again, Logan's big run to take the 15-point lead, the 7-0 run by Mingo to close the lead back down, and now the lead is back to 17, or up to 17, I should say, on this 10-1 run.
And biggest lead of the game for the Wildcats.
Now, does Mingo Central have anything in them here with 3.5 minutes to go in the third as Campbell drives in. His shot rejected. Williamson tips it out. Ball loose on the floor. Regained by May. He throws it out, gets away from Smith and out of bounds on the Mingo Central bench.
You could see Preston Smith just hit the ball in frustration as that one just went right through his fingers. And, man, credit the Wildcats. They are just getting hands on the ball all over the place. They are just frustrating the Miners at this point.
They get it over for Glick. Left corner three wide open. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound knocked out of bounds. And they say last touch by, it looks like Logan.
Yeah, I believe that's what they said there. He didn't point, he just said it. Kind of hard for me to hear.
Yeah, when Logan's defense is this locked in, there's not many teams in the state that are going to find a whole lot of offense.
No, absolutely not.
Now Campbell throws it to Jackson off his hands. Ball loose underneath.
Townsend.
And Townsend looks for a timeout, and he gets it with exactly 3 minutes to go here in the third.
What a play by the senior. Unbelievable play by Corey Townsend.
And he gets an applause for his effort.
I tell you what, Chris, before the season started, didn't know how much we'd see Corey Townsend in the game, but he's came out and become one of a very key role here for this Wildcat club.
Well, while we have a moment for this 30-second timeout, just a reminder that Nationwide Insurance agent Greg Dalton is a proud supporter of Logan Wildcat Athletics and the community of Logan County. For auto, home, life, and business insurance, call the Greg Dalton Agency at 304-752-8300. Greg Dalton Insurance with offices on Main Street in Logan and Main Street in Chapmanville. For all your sides, there is Nationwide. This is WVOW Logan. So back to action after the 30-second timeout by Townsend off the loose ball as Logan will have possession, leading it by 17 here with 3 minutes left in the third. As Townsend will inbound.
Got to be a foul there, holding the jersey.
Campbell just trying to get a good look at, hey, your number 10 looks different from my number 10.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
Did Dan and Dave's make this? This was great.
Look at the stitching on this. It's fantastic. It's like, oh, foul, my bad.
Oh, yeah, can't do that.
So that'll be a foul.
I watched Williamson run, and I'm like, he's got a handful of jersey. What is it? Was there a hold here?
So that'll be team foul number 2 on Mingo Central this half. 4 against Logan. as Williamson gets across the timeline, dribbles into the corner, over to Browning. Nice look for him. Off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound knocked loose, and they're going to get a loose ball foul on Hensley.
And Hensley was going for the ball, but I think he got Evans on the wrist there. But nice attempt there from Hensley. If that ball's coming off the rim, wherever he's at on the court, he's going up for it. He doesn't care.
That'll be team foul number 5 now against Logan here in the third quarter. As they continue to pressure in the backcourt, looking up ahead, they find Jackson. Underneath, wide open is May. They get it to him finally as Williamson tried to contest, but May gets his first bucket of the game.
And Mingo Central finally able to get some points on the board from a field goal, first one of the second half.
And nearly 5.5 minutes deep as Glick tries to answer on the other end, can't finish, rebounded by May underneath. So here comes Mingo Central trying to find a way to cut this down before the fourth quarter begins. Smith, who had the hot hand in the first half, continues in the second as he hits a three, his third of the game.
Kind of similar to the second quarter, isn't it, Chris? Logan goes on a nice little run, then Mingo Central comes back, and 5 quick points right there. Townsend for 3.
Launches from the left wing, off the front of the rim, no good, and here comes Mingo again. So every time Logan felt like maybe they've had this game start to wrap it up, here comes Mingo. Smith goes for 3 again. This one rattles in and out, no good, rebounded by Hensley.
And that was a tough shot there, a little farther out than what you would expect. Hensley for 3.
He'll put one up and he'll bury it. And he turns around and takes a look at May like, did you see that? He's got 7 now for the game.
If there's one guy on this Logan team that will say it and back it up, it's Cameron Hensley.
And the junior having a nice game again here tonight after last night's effort against Scott. Now they give it back to Jackson. Looking underneath, finds Evans as he tried to dump it off underneath, knocked away and off the leg of Mingo Central. As we don't have that number, unfortunately. Or actually, no, we do, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong sheet. That's Jake Klein. Again, I'll get it right eventually here.
Hey. Hey, we got a whole nother quarter. You'll find it.
Yeah, I was going to say, only 15 years doing this job. Now here's Browning on the left wing. He pulls up for a jumper off the back rim, but the rebound comes down to Glick. Glick dribbles back in, pull-up jumper for him. No good as it misses off the front iron.
2 good looks. Logan just not able to knock those down. Got to keep shooting, though.
Now under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Deep 3 and buried for May.
I was surprised May's not looking. Well, Hensley's on the bench now. He wanted to shoot that one bad. You could tell after the look Hensley gave him.
Yeah, he's got 5 now. He had 5 on Saturday in the loss to Logan. As the lead back down to 12 with 40 seconds left in the third quarter.
Looks like Logan's going to play for 1 here.
And I've always said this is what good teams do in the final minute of a quarter. They try and hold for that last shot. And if the other team's going to allow you to hold, then I would. Again, Townsend just looked like he's waiting for someone else to come out and play pickup with him right now.
Townsend looks like, he looked like he was posing for a prom picture.
He just held the ball under his arms, just waiting, and now gives it to Williamson with 12 seconds left in the quarter.
In his old Williamson-Logan games, final score would be like 8-4.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I've heard enough of those over the years. As Townsend at the top of the key has it with 3 seconds, gives it to Williamson, drives in, and we get a whistle as the third quarter horn sounds.
Hold on, there was a foul.
They had a foul on Mingo here.
We'll have to reset. I mean, I guess you call that a foul to give in a way. I mean, nobody was shooting.
Yeah, so. It's only the third team foul. Well, they put 6 seconds on the clock. I don't think there's that much time.
They're talking about it right now.
Yeah, I'd say you had a second or less maybe on the whistle.
Coach Stan Elkins got up when they got 6 on the clock. He said, now hold on.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, 1.6 is pretty generous as well.
I'd say it's about right.
I'm going to say Logan will take that if that's what they give them.
Well, let's see what the officials say.
Okay.
0.6, okay.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense. It's Fuji Williams over there to correct it. So now Logan has enough time for a catch and shoot here. As Williamson will inbound it.
Anybody got a tip play drawn up here?
He's looking. Atkins in the corner. They give it out to Townsend. He'll shot put it up at the horn. Almost threw it in.
Boy, that was a better look than I thought.
Well, that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Logan leads at 44-32 as we head to the final 8 minutes. You're listening to and watching Logan basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
The road to total savings starts here, Thornhill GM Superstore. Find new roads to 119 in Chapmanville, your hometown full-service Buick, Chevy, GMC dealer. We are professional grade and community strong. Expect the best and save thousands with Thornhill.
Welcome back, everyone. Start of quarter number 4 here from Willie Acres Arena. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you as Logan leads it 44-32. And Mingo Central with the ball to start the final frame, and they've got to get hot and in a hurry to try and close this gap. Evans goes to work underneath, tried to put it up on the underneath, but hit the bottom of the rim. Now here's Glick the other way, over to Browning, gets a good look for 3, no good off the back iron. Atkins fights for the rebound, but it's tipped away into Smith's hands. Here comes Mingo, 2-on-1. They kick it over to May, and he'll lay it in on the left side.
Mingo gets it back down to 10. Logan's had some good looks, Chris. They've rimmed out here and there, and now they're trying to trap Williamson. That didn't work.
Now he'll dribble up and takes it across the timeline as the lead was at 17, now back down to 10. It's Townsend on the right wing, out to Adkins, over for Williamson. Williamson found a little space on Jackson, gets it into the corner for Browning. He'll swing it over to Townsend, now to Glick. Glick dribbles into the paint, cut off, kicks it back out for Townsend. He'll penetrate into the paint, puts up a tough shot, and gets it to bank in.
Corey Townsend again, another great take for him and to get to the rim and score. And that was a tough shot, too, from him to get there. He had 4 guys around him.
And it's just so quick off that first dribble. Now the pass from Klein.
Whoa!
Somehow found Preston Smith as he saved it. Now he comes to the three-point line. Never really got the handle on the ball and airballs it, but there's Klein on the rebound, and he lays it in.
Klein there just catches it, and Logan nearly turns it over.
Now we got a whistle and a foul. So we'll see who they get this on. So here's our Thornhill Auto Group replay.
3 or 4 different guys around Townsend there as he goes up and lays it in. And good awareness by Scotty Browning, who saw that ball. Looked like they threw it in, and Williamson just missed it. And Scotty went and ran up and got fouled, and now Logan secures the inbound again.
6.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Logan looking for their 11th win on the season, leading at 46-36. Pass knocked away by Smith. Here comes him and Browning, one-on-one up the right side. Browning reaches in, did all he could to try and either strip it or commit the foul, and they will whistling for the foul.
Yeah, that's a good play by Scotty Browning there. Smart play. If you can't get the ball knocked away, foul, no easy layups.
That'll send Smith to the free throw line as you got 14 fouls against Mingo Central. That's number 6 now against Logan, so Mingo will be in the 1-and-1 for the rest of the contest.
And Mingo's got 4 themselves.
So now Smith with 13 points here tonight, misses on the first free throw.
Again, how many times we say it, Chris? Free throws can win ball games.
And looking at, they were 5 of 8 the first time around against Logan on Saturday from the charity stripe. Second free throw off the mark as well and rebounded by Atkins. So 2 big misses there. So here comes Logan with a 10-point lead, 6:15 to go in the fourth. Glick trying to get by Martin, does so, drives in left side, and he hits the ground hard and thankfully gets up okay, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he hit hard. You could hear it from here. Nice thud, and you'll see here on our replay, just watch this. This body's not supposed to bend that way.
As I said, you've seen Slack take a hard tumble. Now you see Glick.
And Slack has not came back in this game at all.
As Glick hits on the first free throw. He's been held to just 5 points here tonight as Jaron Glick.
But again, I mean, you slow one down, then the others start to pick it up.
Exactly.
You know, it's a total team effort here for Logan.
And again, Glick's been their leading scorer for about the last 2 weeks now as he hits the second free throw. So 2 big makes there, push the lead back to 12. But, yeah, again, hoping that Aiden Slack's okay on the bench.
Yeah, he's still got that arm kind of curled up over there on the bench, but seems like he's okay.
Yeah, hoping it's just a precautionary measure to maybe hold him out for the rest of this game. As they get it up top, Jackson, his first good look in about a month here tonight. Can't finish on it. Rebounded by Martin, no good. Rebounded by Evans underneath. He tries to fight for position. He puts it up, and he gets it to roll home.
Evans fought for that one for sure, and not very often Logan's going to give up that many defense or offensive rebounds.
And again, Jackson has yet to score here in the second half. He's only got 1 field goal for the game, and that was at 4-0. As Glick dribbles in on the left side. This time, nice patience by him and puts it up with the left hand.
And the nice moves there with the ball as Glick just dribbled and the left hand finish. Not many guys can dribble like that and finish with the left hand like Glick can.
50-38 in favor of Logan. 5:18 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Martin on the right wing. Dribbles back out to the top of the key, swings it over for Jackson. As we said, he's just not had any openings at all here in the second half. Now to Martin, top of the key three, out the front iron, rebounded by Smith. He'll dribble back out to the left side, kicks it back in for Evans, one-on-one with Adkins. As Evans slowly backs in, now finds a little burst as he goes to the right side, counted and the foul. What a move by Ethan Evans.
Yeah, nice move for Evans. Adkins there just trying to knock the ball away. I mean, he's got a size advantage, but Evans able to finish even with Adkins trying to swat at the ball. You'll see it here on our video productions replay.
He's got 11 points tonight. As we mentioned, he had 8 in the first matchup against Logan on Saturday, and he gets his 12th point to rattle home.
Yeah, and that'll take this game back down to single digits as Mingo Central is only down 9. Still almost 5 minutes to go.
Here comes Glick into the middle. Pull-up jumper inside the paint. Short. Rebounded, though, by Atkins for Logan. He goes back up with it, and he gets it to fall.
Nice shot from Atkins, and a good job to get that rebound and go up with it.
He's now into double figures as he's got 10. Lead back up to 11. Jackson just throws it up, and somehow that went in.
I don't know how that shot went in. That was defended as well as you can defend his shot. He just tossed it up Sean Marion style.
That was just a two-handed shot put after it got it knocked away from him and it found its way home. Glick, good look for Atkins, can't finish, and they're going to get Atkins on the charge at the end of it.
Now I don't know about that.
And again, he came in, missed the shot, and then after the shot was missed, then they got him on the charge.
Yeah. That's got to be at least, 3 or 4 on Adkins.
Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't had it flashing up on the scoreboard here tonight, but that is team foul number 7.
That was a interesting call. A guy coming down from a shot getting called for a charge. I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Now with 4:16 to play in the contest, Cameron Hensley back into the game for Logan as Atkins will stay out there. But Mingo Central trying to cut this down a little bit at a time here. Again, it was a 17-point lead for Logan. Evans goes back to work, can't finish, gets his own rebound back, goes up on Hensley, misses on the shot, but he's fouled, and he'll go back to the line.
He can cut this back to 7, and fouls are piling up for Logan as they're at 18 fouls now, almost near the double bonus, and Zach Green wants a timeout, and I think that's a good call from Coach Green.
Yeah, good timeout there to get things resettled as we're at the 4:01 mark of the fourth quarter. And Logan leads at 52-43 as we'll stay here with this being a 30-second timeout. But, it seems like Logan's had control of this game all the way ever since about late stages of the first quarter. But even though Logan has had a fairly comfortable lead all evening long, Mingo Central's just been kind of lurking around like a strong smell all evening long, and they just haven't gone away. And we didn't expect that either tonight from Stan Elkins' club, and they're showing why. They're much more improved than this 2-8 record.
Oh, absolutely, and they've battled this whole game, Chris. And again, Logan has a pretty solid lead here, but you can't really be happy right now that you were up 17 and now it's down to 9. But the Wildcats have pretty much led coast to coast here, and they should be happy with how well they have played. Unfortunately, Mingo Central just does not quit for them. By the way, final score, Man 96. Sherman 50. That is a final from Man, West Virginia.
So again, the Hillbillies just continue to roll along as we head down the final stages of this season. And as we said, that's going to be as competitive a section as any in the state of West Virginia in single A, with them in Tug Valley and Tulsa.
And we believe that Man will secure more than likely the 1 seed with their wins over Tulsa and Tug Valley, because I think the seeding comes out before the next Man Tug Valley game.
As Evans hits on the first free throw out of the break and hits on both. So now this 17-point lead has shrunk to 7 with exactly 4 minutes to go. 52-45 Logan as Glick trying to break the pressure. He's still in the backcourt here, needs some help. Had the ball knocked away, loose on the ground. Glick gets it back, but that's going to be a 10-second call against Logan.
Yeah, and nobody came back to help.
No.
And Mingo Central, credit them, played pretty solid defense there on Glick to force that turnover. And now this game, Chris, 7 points.
Now a chance to cut this down to 2 possessions on this trip as Jackson gets a step on Glick. Can't finish at the rim, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
And that's 19 fouls on Logan.
And again, seems like just some tired legs after that big third quarter burst.
Yeah, and we talked about the tired legs, Chris. Would that play into this game? Logan, so far it hasn't, but could, as we inch toward the end of this game, is that playing a factor now for the Wildcats?
Well, now Jackson hits the first free throw. He's into double figures now at 10 points. He's 6 of 7 from the free throw line tonight. Second free throw good as well, and all of a sudden we have a 5-point game here from Willie Acres Arena.
Yes, we do. And now let's see what Logan does here. They need a bucket, I think, here in a hurry.
3:35 to go. Pass from Atkins, knocked out of bounds by Jackson. It'll stay with Logan.
Good catch by John Spry over there.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, guy's got some hands on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, John's our guy, man.
We love John.
So now it'll be Williamson underneath the inbound with 3:34 to go. Gets it out deep for Glick. Glick fakes the handoff, gives it to Atkins in the corner. Now back out for Williamson. Again, 52-47 Logan. Into the left corner for Browning. Browning, nice ball fake, gets inside, puts up a tough jumper, no good, and he's fouled on the play, so he'll go to the line.
Well, Browning there did a good job of getting to the rim and didn't settle for that outside jumper and drew the foul there. You see it here, almost put it in off the glass.
You're going to get Jackson on that reach-in foul. That's Browning's first free throw up and short. So he's yet to score here in the second half. He had 6 in the first half. And after that 21-point outburst last night against Scott, second free throw off the back iron, no good, and Evans with an emphatic rebound. So a chance to get this to one possession here. Jackson quickly up the floor, puts up a tough shot, no good as it rolls off, rebounded by Glick. Glick trying to look up ahead, and he's going to be fouled from behind by Jackson with 3:09 to play, and that is going to put Logan into the 1-and-1.
Yeah, and Jackson doesn't like the call, but it is definitely the right call there as he tried to go around Glick, and he just hit him in the back. I mean, it was incidental contact, but there was contact.
Now it'll be Glick to go to the charity stripe. He's 2 of 2 from the line here tonight, both of those coming in the fourth quarter. So he's got 8 points overall. Trying to push this back to a 3-possession lead for Logan and stymie this Mingo Central run. And he hits the front end.
There's a big shot there for Logan.
So now he'll get another as Logan tonight 7 of 10 from the charity stripe, or 7 of 12, from the charity stripe. This one good as well, and the lead back up to 7.
Now those are 2 big free throws there from Glick to keep Logan's lead at 7.
So here comes Mingo Central. Do they have another burst in them here as we hit 3 minutes to play in the final period? Campbell over for Jackson. Now back to Campbell.
Logan's now playing a zone.
Yeah, it looks like they've gone to this 3-2 zone here.
And that's a good defensive adjustment by Zach Green.
They tried to throw it inside but had it kicked away. It'll stay with Mingo, and I think we saw Logan open up with this last night against Scott.
Well, this is a good call for many reasons, Chris. Really, one of them that I can think of is saves your legs a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's noticing with how Mingo's been able to get to the rack in the last several possessions, as Smith trapped in the corner, and they're going to get a bump on Cameron Hensley, so that's going to send Smith to the line.
Yeah, I don't know how many of that is on Hensley, but Townsend gets up immediately, and again, the crowd doesn't like it. But again, the zone switch there I think was a good call by Zach Green to not only, and let's see here.
Yeah, I think that is 5 on Cameron Hensley.
I tell you what, credit Cameron Hensley. He played a great game tonight. Yeah. Absolutely, and he's angry with himself. Maybe not so angry with himself, maybe angry that he fouled out, but he played a great game tonight.
And Smith misses on the first free throw. He's missed all 3 of his charity stripe attempts here in this ball game, all of them here this quarter. And we saw it cost Scott last night in their attempt to pull off the upset. Now this one would cut it back to 6 if he can get it, and he does get the second. 54-48, Logan leads it, 2:38 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And it's a big trip for Logan. They really need to see if they can get a bucket here and extend this game even more.
They get it to Williamson across the timeline. He'll penetrate in, pass out front, deflected by Jackson, but Glick chases it down in front of the Logan bench. Now Glick penetrates in, lost the ball, and taken away by Smith. Here come the Miners trying to cut this down from 6 to 4. Underneath the Evans layup, rolls in, and it is a 4-point game all of a sudden.
See what Logan can do. Look at Townsend down the, oh, they missed him. He was wide open.
Now he lobs it up ahead for Glick. Glick across midcourt. We hit 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Pass cross court, dangerous, but it finds Townsend. Townsend dribbles in, kicks it back out to Glick. Now Logan going to play some keep away.
Hey, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea here if you're Logan. Play keep away, force them to foul you, and sink your free throws.
They're down to 1:45 to go, 54-50. Again, the lead was at 17 for Logan in the third quarter. Mingo Central has stormed back. Ethan Evans with 9 points here in this fourth quarter overall, 16 for the game. Again, now if you're Mingo, when do you think about fouling? You're down to 90 seconds.
I don't think you foul. I think well, there they do. I wouldn't have fouled immediately. I think I would have tried to maybe trapped or forced a turnover or something, but they fouled Townsend.
Yeah, so Klein gave the foul, and they do end up fouling Corey Townsend. Townsend 1 of 1 from the free throw line tonight. He's got 5 points, and this will be the 8th team foul, so still a 1-on-1 for Logan. Williamson, the only one underneath the rebound at the moment for the Wildcats. It's up and no good. Again, I thought that was a 1-on-1.
That's what I thought.
Huh. Yeah, now I think the official's conferring here.
Yeah, and I believe they're agreeing here.
I was going to say, I feel like I'm going crazy every now and then during these ball games, but I'm pretty sure I still was able to notice that one. Yeah, because that was definitely not on the shot by any stretch. And now, I mean, what do you do in this situation? I mean, because Mingo Central would have clearly had the rebound.
Well, I mean, in that situation, it's a possession arrow.
I know, and that would be totally unfair for Mingo Central if that's an official error right there, because they would have easily had the rebound. Because Logan only had Williamson underneath to take the board, and the rebound came down to the opposite side.
There it is, jump ball.
Wow, what a tough and awful break for the Miners on this error by the officials.
And now you can see Stan Elkins is furious right now.
And he has every right to be.
And he may end up getting tossed here. Because he is furious.
Yeah, again, he has got every right to be upset. Again, that is definitely on the officials. They should have been able to notice what the foul situation was, and that is a tough break for Mingo. So now Logan catches the break. They lead it by 4, and they get the benefit off of the error. Now can they get the job done at the free throw line?
Well, they've got to get the ball in first, and they do.
They find Glick. Glick on the right wing. Is able to shake by Jackson, gets it back out front. 1:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Now to Williamson. Williamson trying to get by Evans, kicks it back out to Browning. Browning over to Williamson as they play catch near midcourt as we're approaching 1:08 now. Williamson almost has it poked away, ball loose, and Jackson knocked it away, and they're going to say last touched off of Mingo. They thought that it went off of Glick as it rolled out of bounds.
And Coach Elkins is furious right now.
Yeah, he's walked all the way to the end of the Mingo Central bench near the Logan cheerleaders to try and make sure. And now here he comes back looking for a little bit more from the officials as he'll quickly check in Zion Martin here. As Klein will check out with 1:02 remaining. And I tell you what, the other benefit for Logan off of that is that it takes a 1-on-1 off the board for them. There's only one left. They inbound it to Williamson. He'll drive baseline, kicks it out to Browning. Under a minute to play now. They get it over quickly to Glick. Glick double teamed. He spins away from it. Gets into the right corner, and now Mingo Central has seen enough time elapse, and they're going to have to foul.
Yeah, and again, Logan did a nice job of playing keep away. I think they did a really nice job of running more clock than what Mingo Central wanted to let them run. And now Glick's got to sink some free throws here.
And Glick is 4 for 4 here in the fourth quarter. This will be the last 1-on-1 for Logan. His free throw is up, and Glick calmly sinks it.
That's a big free throw there for the Wildcats.
Glick now with 11 points in this ball game. 7 of them coming here in the fourth quarter. We saw that last night as well. He struggled in the first 3 quarters, but made it count when it needed to in the fourth quarter and overtime, and he buries both free throws.
And that's a big shot there, and Coach Green's going to take a full timeout.
So we'll take it as well with 52.4 seconds left. Logan leads Mingo 56-50 as you're listening to and watching Logan basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
That up.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you as we are down under a minute to go now with 52.4 seconds left and Mingo Central trailing by 6. Do you go for 3 here, Nathan?
No. I don't think so. I mean, not my call to make.
Well, let's see what they go to. They will go for 3. May will launch it, but over the rim, no good. Rebounded by Glick. And Glick now in the backcourt, dancing around with Klein, able to get across the midcourt stripe, not wanting to give the ball up. He'll drive all the way in and lays it in with 35 seconds to go.
That might be the dagger in this one.
Now Mingo Central is going to need a miracle here as Jackson will step back, go for 3 from the corner, and he'll bury it. Well, there's part 1 of the miracle.
What a tough shot from Jackson.
24.7 seconds to go, and the lead now down to 5. We'll be back in 60 seconds as you're watching and listening to Logan Basketball right here on WVOW and on Video Productions.
Climate Campbell, we pride ourselves on providing classic service.
You get a firm that's concerned about you, your family, as well as the legal process.
We combine the newest technology and digital tools.
With our 35 years of experience.
To help you get more than the insurance company wants to offer.
Traditional service.
Contemporary techniques.
It'll never go out of style.
Call 346-5990.
Steve, is that your car?
No, it's a rental.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
What was a 17-point lead for the Logan Wildcats is now dwindled as low as 4. It is at 5 at the moment. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you. 24.7 seconds to go. They get it into Williamson, and no choice but to foul immediately as Preston Smith grabs it.
And here comes the foul game. And again, Chris, you asked earlier would I have went for the 3 on that first trip. I wouldn't have. I would have tried to have extended the game a little longer. But Mingo Central gets one from Jackson, and if I'm not mistaken, was that not his first field goal of the second half?
Let's see here. That was his second this quarter, so that's his third field goal of the game.
Wow, that's unbelievable that he would struggle so much, and Mingo Central would still be in this game as Williamson sinks the first.
There's 2 of 3 from the line now tonight as Williamson with 14 points on the evening.
Yep. As both teams in the double bonus now.
And you can pretty much pencil Garrett Williamson in for about that 12 to 16-point effort each night as he hits both free throws. And now life going to be very difficult on Mingo Central. 20 seconds left. They trail it by 7. In the corner, May gets a clean look. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Atkins, and Atkins will be fouled. And Logan is going to escape Mingo Central for the second time in 4 days.
And I tell you what, they earned this one, Chris. This was a hard-fought ball game. And you got to credit Mingo Central to be down 17 and bring it back into what was a very, very close ball game. You know, the Miners fought valiantly, but Logan just they find ways to win close games, do the Wildcats, and that's going to pay off big time when we get closer to sectionals and regionals.
As Atkins' first free throw rolls off, no good. Yeah, I mean, Mingo Central's in that section with Chapmanville and Liberty Raleigh, and a lot of people thought maybe it was just going to be Chapmanville and Liberty Raleigh contending, but this Miners club is going to have something to say about that in a couple of weeks as Atkins misses both. Logan now with 9 seconds left doesn't need to foul here. Townsend needs to back up a little bit as Jackson launches a deep
three. You tell Corey Townsend don't play tough defense.
Now Smith will get off a 3 as the horn sounds no good, and that will do it here tonight as the Logan Wildcats hang on to knock off the Mingo Central Miners 60-53 here from Willie Acres Arena. Well, Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll talk about tonight's broadcast and all the stats from tonight's game as the Wildcats improved to 11-4 on the season. You're listening to and watching Logan basketball with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
The road to total savings starts here, Thornhill GM Superstore. Find new roads to 119 in Chapmanville, your hometown full-service Buick Chevy GMC dealer. We are professional grade and community strong. Expect the best and save thousands with Thornhill.
60-53, Logan knocks off Mingo Central here tonight. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you. And again, another tough game for Logan against another old rival here tonight. As we said, Logan's played a ton of games in the last week and a half or so, but they had just enough legs here tonight to finish off what was a very strong comeback by the Miners.
Yeah, and Logan's going to be looking at these next 2 days off from basketball to really just kind of refresh and get a second to breathe a little bit here, as you know they're able to go through this really tough week and come out with a lot of wins and battle-tested. And these are the kind of games, Chris, that you remember when it comes down to sectional and regional times. You know, hey, we've been in close games before. We've been in tight ones. We've won them. Let's do it again. And so this is the kind of game you want from the Logan Wildcats. Credit to Mingo Central Miners. They fought valiantly. Really, you know, a couple things go differently. May have been a different outcome, but Logan found a way to win tonight, and that's what great teams do. They find a way to win.
Yeah, that's what I think's been so exceptional by Logan this year. You know, whether it was the Nitro game where they battled back, whether the man game where they battled back, whether it was being able to persevere even though they were up against it in the final seconds against Scott last night, withstanding these rallies from Mingo Central on Saturday night and tonight. This is just a Logan team that finds different ways to win each night. And, you know, even though they had the tough loss in the fourth quarter to Winfield the other night, they've had these battle-tested moments, seems like all season long, and that's going to pay dividends once you get into tournament play here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely it will. It's going to be a fun look once we see tournament action, and it should be a good time coming up as we get into sectional and regional time for Logan and Logan and really all the area teams. Logan, Man, Chapmanville, everybody.
Well, again, 60-53, Logan wins it tonight. We'll step aside for our final 2-minute break and be back to preview our next broadcast on Saturday against Herbert Hoover, as well as give you your scoring rundown and your player of the game on Video Productions, as you are listening to. We're not done yet. You are listening to and watching Logan basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Our world has changed a lot in a short time, but your health and safety remains our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions, and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs. And your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care that you need. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide helps protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, and 2020 makes it 45 years of offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They're the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, and Logan with its own crematory. Contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
60-53, Logan wins it tonight over Mingo Central. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you. Let's run through the final scoring on both sides, starting with Mingo Central, as leading all scorers tonight was Ethan Evans. He had 16 points, 9 of those in the fourth quarter in that comeback attempt for the Miners. Then you had Jarius Jackson and Preston Smith with 14 points apiece, followed by Justin May with 7 points and Jake Klein with 2 points off the bench for the Miners. On the other end for Logan, 3 players in double figures as Garrett Williamson led the way with 15 points, followed by Jaron Glick with 14 points, Landon Atkins into double figures with 10 points, Cameron Hensley with 7 points, Scotty Browning with 6 points, Corey Townsend on senior night with 5 points for him, and Aiden Slack, hopefully okay with that elbow or arm injury, finished with 3 points on the evening for this Logan 60-53 win here tonight. And it's time now for our Boone Memorial Player of the Game on Video Productions. And tonight we're going to give it to Jaron Glick and Garrett Williamson for not only their offensive efforts, again scored nearly half of Logan's points with 29 out of the 60 points, but also the defense that they ended up employing on Jarius Jackson. He had just 7 points in the first half, didn't score again until the fourth quarter, until it got late, but they did another great job of shutting down a top scorer in the state.
Yeah, and Logan's defense does such a good job at shutting down these great players and doing some great things underneath. Williamson shot the ball well. Glick really got going late in the fourth when they needed him to. And both guys played a great game tonight, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So that's why they're our Boone Memorial Hospital Player of the Game.
And again, Logan now gets a couple of days off before they end up taking on Herbert Hoover here on Saturday. Mingo Central will travel to Point Pleasant, where they got one of their 2 wins on the season. But it's going to be a much different type of ball game against Herbert Hoover. They've got size, they've got athleticism, they've got speed. They've got Devin Hatfield as well. Again, Devin Hatfield ended up transferring to Herbert Hoover now instead. And, they look like a very talented, very good team whenever we saw them at Chapmanville. Got out to a very slow start in that game and fell behind 22-9 almost immediately, ended up jumping up by 11 before Chapmanville was able to fight their way back and knock down threes near the end and ended up winning it in overtime after Hatfield fouled out. But I think you're going to see a very competitive, very interesting matchup between those two on Saturday.
Yeah, it should be fun, and it'll be great to see Logan with a little bit of legs underneath them. I think it played a small factor late in the game, but again, great teams find a way to win. Logan did just that, and should be a fun one on Saturday. I know Herbert Hoover's always a tough ball club. They play a little bit of a different style, so we'll be looking forward to that game as well. And then next week, a couple good ones as well.
Yeah, again, Logan and Chapmanville next Thursday, and then Man and Riverview on Friday as we end up winding down the regular season here on WVOW and Video Productions and heading towards tournament time, and the road to Charleston starting to get a little bit more in view as we head down the home stretch of this year. But once again tonight, your final score, the Logan Wildcats hold off the Mingo Central Miners. They win at 60-53 to move to 11-4 on the season. So for Robbie Mounts, our engineer on Video Productions, Daniel Miller, our camera operator on Video Productions, for Terry Bucklew back in the WVOW studios and Nathan Bush next to me, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long tonight here from Willie Acres Arena as you have been listening to and watching Logan basketball action right here live on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.